I got my own. Look what I own. They thought that I couldn't do this shit, but I did this shit on my own. Now they wanna be put on. Always blowing up my phone. But where was you at when I didn't have shit? I was alone, but now I got my own.
What's going on, everybody? I'd like to welcome y'all to the stew, and y'all already know who it is. I'm your host, King Will, aka Mr. Do It All, because I do it all. I got my co-host with me here today.
Young G, nigga, hitting it up for the South Side, no West Coast, nigga.
You already know.
Whoa.
Who I got today here?
Denny Sisti.
Denny Sisti. I got my man over here.
Toke 717.
Toke 717. I'm sure y'all already know who this man is over here.
Mm-hmm.
Yo, man, today we're gonna do something a little different.
Some crazy stuff.
Yo, it's usually started with the artist, but today we got something different, and we got a fighter here, y'all. My man Danny. Tell him a little bit about yourself, man.
Well, you know, I started doing. I actually got my started in on the wrestling team when I was 5 years old, and I wrestled all the way up until my sophomore year in high school. And during that time, when I was, I believe it was when my 13th or my 14th birthday, my dad got me started in jiu-jitsu. And yeah, man, I pretty much went in there wanting to do mixed martial arts, and then my instructor, he hands me like a karate uniform.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, wait, hold up.
What do you want me to do?
Like I'm trying to put on some gloves and fight. You know what I'm saying? But you know, I put the uniform on. I tied my belt, and we started doing like some grappling stuff. And I was kind of used to it, you know, because I wrestled, and
it came natural to you.
Yeah, exactly. It came natural, and you know, so the more I started doing actual jiu-jitsu, the more I began to like fall in love with it. You know what I'm saying?
So let me know exactly what jiu-jitsu is, you know, because I'm sure not everybody knows exactly what it is. You know, what is jiu-jitsu? So jiu-jitsu is it's pretty much a form of wrestling. Okay. So there's no strikes. You know what I'm saying? There's no punching, no kicks, or nothing like that.
You just try to hold them down,
grappling,
get them to hold it, subdue them, or something like that.
And the way a winner is determined is like you have to get them to tap out.
Wow. Okay.
Right? So whether it be a choke, an arm
submissions,
leg locks,
break their leg.
Right. Yeah.
So man,
break your leg, you better tap.
How old are you? Because you look pretty young, and I'm really impressed by all these belts you got here. And you know, how old are you?
Yeah, I just turned 19 last week.
19 last week.
These are the belts that they try to whoop his ass in. You know what I mean? That work.
You don't want a problem with this guy because he got to show, like, look, you don't want a problem. So 19 years old, and you have all this to show for, man. I'm really impressed by that. So, what age did you get your first belt?
I got my first belt. I think it's somewhere in the front there. I got my first belt when I was 15.
15 years old, y'all. Yeah.
15.
15. How was you feeling about that?
It was really fun. When I first got started in jiu-jitsu, I believe like a few months into my training, my instructor, he had a postcard on his desk, and I said, "What's this for?" And he said, "That's for a tournament where you can win belts." And I was like, "Oh man, I want to do that." You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So was you scared? I mean, was you a little nervous? How was you feeling?
You were just ready to get it.
That thing was shining like on the postcard. You know
All right.
So I was like, man, I want to do that.
I want that.
And you know, I've only been training for a few months, and even my dad was like, "Man, I don't think you should do that."
It's scary. Because you know you're probably gonna be matching up against people that probably have more experience than you, that's been doing it already, that probably already have belts.
Exactly.
And you came out with a belt yourself.
You ever break an arm or something? You know what I mean? Accidentally?
Never did that.
You seen it happen or something like that?
Oh yeah. plenty of times.
Man,
you know, I
should have tapped out.
Yeah, I was in I was in a tournament in Boston, and I was watching these two girls fighting.
Oh, it's two chicks.
Yeah, and the one girl broke the other girl's arm, and you know, like the paramedics had to come on the mat. Like the whole match stopped for like
that's when your heart's like, oh man, what am I getting myself into?
I was messing with that chick.
So tell me how you know Kevin Toke, man.
Oh man.
He was a rapper back in the day.
Nah, not even that. I met Danny when I was coaching Little League football.
Little League football. So you like to dab into a little bit of everything. I see, man.
You already know.
You doing the shows. You doing some training. That's good, man. That's really good.
Stuff.
Right.
So are you related at all, or you just did some training?
Right.
That's good, man.
I was his defensive coordinator for 2 years.
Nice.
1 year at Pony, 1 year at Midgets. Other than that, you know, he was going to school with my stepson and stuff like that, so it was always contact. And then when he started getting into this, like he brought it up to me online on Facebook, and I fell in love with it, and I've been following and keeping an eye on it and everything.
That's good.
So you want one of these belts? Any of them is in Harrisburg?
No.
None of them?
This is all out.
Yeah, these are. Yeah, these ones. A couple of them are from New Jersey. I believe the one of them is from Pittsburgh. The other one, the other couple are from Philly.
Nice,
well,
nice.
It's really around here though. It's really Pennsylvania based. I can dig it.
So I know you've been doing some traveling, man. You've been going around the world, man. So let people know where you've been at.
Yeah. So I recently think it was a couple months ago, I just got back from Atlanta, and you know, that tournament was good. I flew down there by myself. That was my first time on a plane.
Yeah.
On my own.
Man. Yeah.
Thought you made it big.
Yeah.
Was you first class?
Yeah. I went to California in December, and for the World Championships, I actually took third place at the World Championships.
Third place at the World Championships.
Man,
how many people were involved in that?
There was 27 people in my bracket.
Wow,
27.
That's a lot.
And out of all these 27 people, are they around all your age, or is like what is that age range?
So for the World Championships, I compete in an organization called IBJJF. Okay. Stands for International Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu Federation.
Wow.
And they're the top. You know, they're like the elite. And they have an age division where it goes adults is ages 18 to 29.
Okay. And
then there's Masters 1, which is 30 to 39, Masters 2, 40 to 49, and then 50 to 59. And
wow. Wow, they got the old heads up there too. So when they line you up, do they line you up by weight?
Yeah. So there's there's certain weight divisions, okay? There's rooster weight, which is 127 pounds. And the next weight class up, which I'm in, is light featherweight. Okay. Which is 141.
How you feeling about being there? You like that spot right there?
Yeah, I do like the spot. You know, that's more my natural body weight, so I feel comfortable there. Okay. But for all of these belts, the NAGA stands for North American Grappling Association. For these tournaments, I usually cut down a weight class, and their weight classes are different. IBJJF is 127. These guys are 129. So
how does that affect you when you wrestle? How much do you drop down? Does it make you feel weaker or something?
I definitely,
not weaker, but you know what I mean.
Yeah,
you don't feel.
It's definitely a struggle to cut that amount of weight because I'm not fat or anything.
Yeah.
So
nothing wrong with fat people.
Yeah, no, not at all. Not at all.
Man, give a shout out to all the fat people.
Right. So tell me,
fat people wrestle too.
What made you get into this? Like, what started this all? Do you have other family members that are doing this, or like what? How did this just come about?
Oh man. So all right. So funny story, actually. Yeah.
Let's
so,
laugh too then. Let's laugh. You know what I mean?
So, you know, I was in school, was it like, middle, I was in middle school. And, I was on the wrestling team, and, you know, and my grades weren't too good.
Okay.
You know, so my grades started to drop a little bit, and
You was thinking about fighting, that's why. You
Nah.
said, fuck these grades, I want to fight.
And the since my grades were so bad because I was failing two classes, so the school said I couldn't wrestle until I get my grades back up, you know.
Okay.
So when I finally get my grades back up, I got into a fight in gym class.
So this is a real fight, right? This is a real fight.
This was a real fight, yeah.
This is the beginning.
So I got into a fight in gym class, and then when that happened, I wasn't allowed to wrestle again.
Oh, wow.
You know, because I was fighting. So I pretty much didn't wrestle for that whole entire year. I think it was my 7th or my 8th grade year.
Okay.
Start beating people up in the bathrooms.
So did that discourage you at all? How did you feel about that? Did you feel like, you know, oh, I just want to give up, or did that drive you more to, you know,
get your shit straight?
Yeah,
it definitely drove me because, you know, after that incident, I wasn't doing anything. You know, football season was over, and I wasn't really doing much. And
so you played football too?
Yeah,
nice.
I played football, coached by Coach Kev right here.
That's what's up.
And so my dad, he picks me up from after school, and I get in the car, and my dad looks at me and he goes, "You want me to sign you up for MMA?" And I was like, "What? Yeah, man. Yeah, sign me up for MMA."
And he thinking he about trying to scare you, and you, nah, I'm down. Let's do it. Let's do it.
And you know, that's when I went to my first MMA school, which was Harrisburg MMA. It's not a thing no more. You know, I went there, and that's when my coach, he gave me my uniform, and that's when, you know, I was like, you know, what the fuck is this? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Another uniform.
And then there's that whole you know, so.
Right. That's pretty awesome, man. So tell me a little bit about these belts, man. Like,
which one means the most?
Yeah.
To you?
What means the most? Like, what's your?
Probably the first one.
I know you got to be proud of yourself.
Yeah. So my first one, yeah. So this one right here was my first one. That one was the one I won in Pittsburgh. I took a weekend vacation up there with my grandma and my dad. So that was my first Naga tournament, my first belt that I ever won.
So it was a vacation, but you went to go fight.
Yeah.
Ain't no vacation. That's to go start my career.
Yeah. And I know after you got that first
Your grandma and
belt,
dad was like, "Come on, we got to go get rich."
Yeah. So after you got that first belt, that was motivation. You got to get more belts.
Yeah, it was. You know, there's actually a video on YouTube of my finals match. You know, the winner wins the belt. And my grandma was the one recording off of my dad's phone. And when I tapped the kid out, you know, you can hear my grandma start crying because she was like so happy.
Yeah, of course. That's my baby. That's my baby. That's awesome, man.
He beat your son up. He beat your son up.
Right.
They all tapping out.
Impressed. So, what do you want to do with your life? I mean, this is just the beginning of what you've been doing. Do you have other bigger dreams than this? Like,
absolutely.
Is it this stuff? I mean, or is it boxing or something else?
Yeah. So I wanted to do MMA at first. You know, pursue a UFC career. But you know, I don't really like to train striking too much. You know, because I've been.
Wait till you get pro. You're gonna really have to train.
I've been grappling, you know, since I was 5. You know, so I guess I'm like naturally a grappler. So like when I just got into strikes, it was
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
And I know grappling, you need a lot of strength. You know, it does take some strength. So what kind of training do you do? Get ready for this.
Excuse me.
Yeah. Bless you.
I'm allergic to y'all.
You know, wrestling strength definitely matters. You know, like very rarely do you see a wrestler who's not strong. You know, every good wrestler is strong.
And I'm sure it's a lot of hidden strength too. It doesn't mean you gotta have all big and bulky.
You gotta be able to last. I know, I'm pretty sure you run out of
stamina too.
Yeah.
So, like I said, so what kind of training do you do? What did you do to prepare for these events and stuff? What kind of training?
For all of these, I just train jiu-jitsu, you know. I really don't weight train that much.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't really lift too much. I've recently just started trying to get into lifting.
Okay.
You know, just because, just so I can be stronger. But for jiu-jitsu, you know, it's all about technique.
Technique.
You know.
It's all how it goes down.
Mm-hmm.
It's about how it goes down.
Technique.
That's really awesome, man. So this is your passion. You found your passion early.
Yes.
So this is what you want to do for the rest of your life?
Yes, sir. My plan is to, at least, you know, by the end of the year, I want to move out to California.
Mm-hmm.
You know, that's, yeah.
You feel like there's more opportunities out there, right?
Absolutely.
Big shout out to California, you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
That's good. So we're out in Cali.
Either the San Diego or the coast.
Wow. Wow. I like this guy.
Look.
You know what I mean?
You see his hat.
Shout out to my hometown, San Diego, you know what I mean? Puro Beach.
Yeah, he's from San Diego. That's crazy.
Yeah.
Love this shit.
So when you think you're gonna plan on doing that? How long do you think you're gonna be out in Harrisburg?
You know, ideally, I was gonna move by the summertime.
Okay.
But you know, money's getting a little tight. You know, because I gotta
it's
spend.
Expensive out there, man. I'm telling you right now.
And all these tournaments too. You know, in next month, in April, I got a tournament every weekend in different states.
Wow.
So first I'm going to Chicago at the end of this month.
Man.
Then I'm going to DC and then Boston and
nice.
Then
Dallas. So basically he's going on tour for jiu-jitsu and shit.
Around the world.
Yeah, I could dig it, man. So
pretty soon might be the world.
Do you love traveling, man? You like the traveling?
I do. I love to travel.
You like the road trips?
On the bus or the plane?
Yeah, how do you like to travel?
The bus or the plane?
Yeah, the traveling's fun. I love to fly.
Yeah.
Flying?
Yeah, I've only flown twice.
What?
Yeah, I've only flown twice.
I used to be scared, but I'd rather be there in 5 hours than 5 days.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
I know what I mean?
So you said you've flown twice, and where were those locations at?
I flew to California. My first flight was in December of last year, and I flew to California. I flew into LAX, and the World Championships was in Anaheim, so it was like right next to Disneyland.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
the little mountain areas and stuff.
That was cool. And then like a couple months ago, I flew to Atlanta.
Yeah,
that's awesome.
You already been more places than people that's like 40 years old.
This guy's 19 years old. I gotta keep saying it because for 19 years old, do you guys see all this?
Yeah.
19 years old.
That's not even all the.
This ain't even all. This is all we could fit on the table.
Maybe
I needed a bigger table.
Try to find the belt. You know what I mean?
Man, so
you got them all.
Have you ever came across somebody that you're like looking at this dude and you're like, oh man, I'm kind of getting scared a little bit, you know?
All the time.
What do you do? Do you give yourself a little pep talk, or what do you
look him right in the eye and be like,
prepare for that?
I ain't no sucker.
Yeah.
I'm a little scared, but I ain't no sucker. I ain't no sucker though. Yeah.
I got some belts on the table.
Yeah. So before a competition, like I'll check on my phone and see everybody who's in my division.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's a guy, like, I know his name, you know what I'm saying, because he's, like a world champion.
Mm-hmm.
These world championship guys, they train with world class athletes.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, how I prepare myself for them is just, I pray first of all.
Nice.
I like to pray.
Good, man.
I talk to myself a little bit. Drink a lot of water, and I pretty much just go out there and be like, hey man, I ain't got nothing to lose. Like, this guy's like the #1 ranked purple belt in the world. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just gonna go out there, you know, like violent. You know what I'm saying? Like not even hard. Like I'm going in. Like I want him to remember that I was there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he said.
So what kind of technique do you got? I mean, do you just go out there and like, I'm gonna go get this nigga, I'm gonna lay him down right now and that's it? Or do you kind of wait it out or kind of test him out, see what he's all about? Or how does that work out for you?
So at the start of the match, you know, we shake hands and then the ref says go. And
you know, sucker.
Yeah.
It's all sucker. Come on, I ain't no sucker.
You know, so
let's get this.
Yeah, so
he said, yeah.
When the match started,
you already know. You
so
already
I got
know.
no problems. Yeah, it's no problems, man. I already told you, man. I ain't got no problems.
So when the match starts, you know, this might come to somewhat of a surprise to people, but you know, when the match starts, I like to sit on the floor, right? And
surprise me.
Yeah. and if you guys watch my videos, you can see that. So what I do is, you know, when the match starts, you know, we slap hands. You know, I grab the uniform, you know, because when you wear the uniform, you're allowed to grab it.
Oh, okay.
So I grab his uniform, and I like to sit on the floor.
You're going to tell all your secrets, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Just somebody they're going to see it. If they really want to watch, they're going to see it. Like, hold on.
They see it or not.
That don't mean, just because you know his technique, that don't mean you can do it like him. That don't mean you can do it like him. So you sit on the floor, then what's next?
So
I'm like, oh, shit.
Just in case he's
what
on the
is he
floor.
doing? What is that guy doing?
He's about to whoop his ass. He's on the floor. That's that sit down ass.
So you know, when I sit on the floor, you know, I like to, you know, my favorite position in jiu-jitsu is called the De La Riva.
De La Riva.
Sounds scary as fuck.
Yeah. Yo, man, I'll put that De La Riva on your ass.
That's right up there with
like,
Ebola.
what?
I didn't know what the fuck is that.
Not even. Yeah, so you know,
I heard my cousin's sister's daddy died.
You got hit with that De La Riva, man. So tell me about the De La Riva.
So the De La Riva is a position where one person is standing and one person is laying on their back, and you take one of your legs and you basically wrap it around their leg until to the point where your foot is hooked on the inside of their thigh.
Okay.
You know, so that you can, you know, once your foot is hooked on the inside of their thigh, you can move and manipulate their posture.
Okay.
So that's my favorite position, and my favorite move that I favor a lot is called the Berimbolo. And
it's like, man, all these, that bitch gave that shit to that. She still owes me for that Berimbolo.
So tell me about that move.
So the Berimbolo is, you start out in De La Riva, and then you reach up and you grab your opponent's belt or the back of their pants, and then you pretty much knock them to the floor, and then you roll upside down.
Wow.
So you're actually like inverted on the floor, and then when the move is almost complete, you know, you end up on your opponent's back. You know, and once you're on their back, you know, you're right behind them.
It's wrap. It's a wrap. It's over.
Just chokes.
I got you.
Choking.
So how does it work? Tell me when you get to the ring. Is it there's rounds? Is it how does that work out? See.
So how it works is there's different time limits for each belt you are.
Okay.
So in jiu-jitsu, the belt system goes for the adults, it goes white, blue, purple, brown, black.
Okay. Is that white being the lowest belt and black being the highest belt?
Yeah.
Okay.
So so I'm currently a purple belt, and so for purple belt you get 7 minutes.
7 minutes.
Just one.
So it's 1 round, 7 minutes. So what if that 7 minutes goes up and nobody taps out or anything? What happens after that?
There's also a point system that goes along with jiu-jitsu, and if that's the case, nobody scores any points or the points are tied, then it goes to the referee's decision.
And it's just one fight for the belt. You don't have to fight different. Like I got to fight 3 people to get to that one fight, or you just.
Yeah, so it depends on the bracket. So it depends on how big your bracket is. You know, like when I went to Worlds, 27 guys in my division. You know, I had a total of. Was it 1, 2, 3? So I had a total of 4 fights.
And all in one day?
Yeah, one day. And I won the first 3, and then I lost in the semifinals to the same opponent who beat me in New York.
Okay.
He was waiting. He's like, you ain't coming back for that.
Yeah.
You ever beat him yet? You beat him?
I have not beat him yet.
You looking for him?
Oh yeah.
I want that rematch. I want that rematch. I'm coming for you, man.
I'm be right there with Don.
So how do you deal with a loss? How do you deal with a loss, man? I know it's got to be like. Yeah. Not everybody can take a loss.
Especially after winning like 3 fights in a row.
Yeah.
Come this dude beating your ass. I ain't no sucker.
So losing is definitely it's definitely hard. You know, especially when you dedicate, you know, your life to something, and you go in a match and then you lose. You know what I'm saying? And in the IBJJF tournaments I do, it's one and done. So you lose one match, you're out of the tournament.
Oh wow!
You know,
so you gotta wait a whole another year or something, or how long is that?
So the World Championships come twice a year.
Okay.
And but you know, there's other tournaments throughout the states.
Okay.
Yeah.
So your body could be banged up just before you even get to that.
You know, and you know, there's people that fly from here, you know, from the East Coast all the way to California, and to compete in the World Championships, and they lose their first match, and you know, they're done.
They probably, and I know there are some people that probably just give up on that, but you got the drive, and you don't let them losses take over you. That just makes you work harder, don't it?
Exactly.
You know, and after you, especially if you know, compete against somebody and you take that loss, you kind of figure them out now, and then you know how to train. To whoop their ass next time.
That's what they're doing.
You know what I
mean? To watch the sitting down technique.
I gotta take some notes.
The Dino Ebola or something or whatever he said. He said you're gonna hit him with all that. You look for that.
That's really good. So you're getting a lot of support from your family and stuff.
So you got support from me.
Right. I definitely support that, man. That's really awesome. So everybody taking care of you, being on your side, and
absolutely.
That's good, because that's what you need. The people around you to give you that motivation to keep doing what you're doing. Don't ever give up on this, because you really got something going for yourself, and you know, it's big, man.
You got brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have one younger brother and one younger sister.
Any of them into this?
What's that?
Any of them are into this, or just you?
My little brother, he used to box.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me and him used to do boxing together. My sister, she used to do jiu-jitsu, but you know, so you know, they've both done it.
Try it out.
Yeah.
See if they love it.
Yeah. It's not really for them, but you know, that's cool. You know, because I like it. You know, so I'm just gonna
you found what you love to do, and you're gonna keep doing it, and that's really great. All right, man. So tell me, you got any upcoming events that you want to let the people know about so they can come through and support you?
Absolutely. Like I said, next month in April, one of the closest tournaments that I'll be in, you know, closest to PA, is Washington, D.C.
Okay.
I have a tournament there on April the 7th. And then the week after that, I'll be in Boston. And then the week after that, I'll be in New York.
Wow.
And then the week after that,
he's moving.
Yeah,
he's moving, man.
And then, you know, the week after that, I'll be in Dallas.
That's what's called chasing your dreams.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Chasing, you got after them.
And you really,
you know what I mean?
you really about it, man.
Them.
Like, do you ever get that moment where you just feel like, man, I'm tired, man. I need a break.
Yeah, I definitely get tired a lot. You know, when I usually get tired or I don't feel like training, sometimes I'll just go to practice anyways.
You gotta push yourself.
Yeah, and just try to get caught up on some sleep that night. You know what I'm saying? Before I gotta go into work the next day. But
works and does this.
Yeah,
that's good, man. You got the motivation, and you guys should take notes on this, because
whatever you want to do,
you could do whatever you want to do in this world. It don't matter where you from, where you at. If you got the motivation, you got the drive, you can get it done. Don't let anything discourage you. Don't let nobody discourage you, because you can do it. And there's gonna be haters, no matter what.
You
there's
gotta
gonna
love
be
what you
haters.
do. Make sure you love what you do, because then you ain't gonna want to do it. So
you can't let the crap talk get to you. You just gotta keep grinding for yourself and do it for yourself, man. And I like what you're doing, man. You're doing something really good
and positive.
Yeah, and positive, real shit. And there's a lot of people out here that are just fighting and getting in trouble when they can turn that, if they're a good fighter, turn that into something,
into a positive energy,
right?
Turn it into a table full of belts. You know what I mean?
Right.
Start getting paid for this stuff. You know what I mean? Do other things then.
So I know there's gonna want to be some people that want to look where you're at and see what you're doing. Where can they find you?
You guys can find me at Deepwater Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Address is 732 Colonial Road, Harrisburg, PA. And yep, usually when I'm not there, I have some of my training partners come over to my house. I'll put down some mats in the living room.
Okay.
We'll drill moves there.
You don't want to get out your address to your house though. But
no.
Yeah, come home, all your belts is gone. Somebody on Facebook.
Look at my belt, man. Look at I got it. Hold up, man. Yeah. Come see me in the ring and see if you got that belt.
Girls at the door talking about, I want a belt.
Yeah.
Heard you lost your belt.
Share your belt with me. Nah.
That's really awesome, man. So I want to see what you can do, man. I want to see how many push-ups you can do in a minute, man. You up for that challenge?
Absolutely.
Let's show the people because
you work out today.
Yeah,
here we go.
He said he didn't go to the gym today.
No.
We got the gym right here.
See, I'm working out right now.
Man.
So you ready for that, man?
Absolutely.
Let's do it, man.
Where's gonna go down at?
We're gonna do it right here.
Got this man Denny about to show us what he can do with these push-ups right now. We got about a minute. What you gonna try to do? About 500. You know what I mean? You gotta do 100 for a belt.
Like 30.
All right,
let's do it.
All right, man.
You ready whenever you
All right, once he's down on the floor, you tell us when to go.
All right.
And he's gonna start that timer.
All right, ready? Go.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 45, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58,
it's burning.
60,
It's burning.
61, 52.
You got 18 seconds left. Come on.
You got it, man. You got it.
60.
He tapped out.
But look, I'm impressed. He's not a person that gives up. He does not give up. He does not give up.
64 and a half. You got it. I messed up in the count a little bit.
Hey, we're gonna run the film back and we're gonna see how many he really got, man. I'm impressed. How you feeling? How you feeling, man?
How am I feeling?
How you feeling?
Oh man, fatigued a little bit.
Yeah? Yeah?
Yeah.
You feel good though?
I feel good though.
You feel like you got a good number, right?
Nah.
You could have did better?
Nah, man, that wasn't that good.
You did good, man. You did good.
The last one wasn't good.
Nah, man, the last like 5 of those weren't
He did
good.
pretty good. He thought he was getting 30. He did 63, 4. You know what I mean? And half. You know what I mean? I'm giving him credit for 5.
And there y'all have it. My man Danny putting in almost
64 and a half.
almost 70 push-ups, man. And I know most of y'all can't even touch that.
Man,
So don't mess with this dude, because he's doing it. He's doing it for real. That, strength. I like that. I like that, man. I really appreciate you coming on the show, man.
And it's a pleasure, my pleasure.
Yo, this is something new for y'all. This ain't even about music today. Something new for us too, yeah. This ain't about music today. It's about world champion right here. Third place, world champion. And even though it's third place, you gotta feel really good about that, man, because I don't know anybody that can say that. I don't know anyone that can say that. You know, be proud of yourself, man, because you're doing big things right now, and you're only 19 years old, and that's just the start of it. You know, and life is long. So just imagine when you're 25, man, how many, this is going to triple. This is going to quadruple.
Yeah, this.
You know, and the more you keep working, the more you're going to get stronger, the more you're going to get, the more belts you're going to get, and you're going to get that gold. Tell them about that gold you want, man.
Yo. Alright, fuck.
Tell him, man, tell him.
Yeah, go ahead.
You know, I told these guys, you know, right before the show, you know, these belts, they're all cool, but they're not, you know, world champion level. And I told these guys, you know, I would gladly trade all these belts in for one world championship gold medal.
You're trying to make that
question.
So that's what you want. That's your motivation.
That's my motivation.
So you on the drive to get to that gold medal
around my neck. That's right.
And you gonna wear it every day, faithfully.
You know what I mean?
Faithfully. I'll be walking in Harrisburg, walking down the street, downtown Harrisburg. Look. Don't fuck with me, dog. Don't do it. World champion. But like I said again, man, I'm really happy to have you here. I'm really happy to have you here too, Kevin Toke, man. Toke717, shout out, y'all, man. This guy's doing big things. If y'all, you know what I mean, y'all want to get some work done, if y'all want to go perform, you need to hit up this man.
Yeah, for
because
real.
He's doing it, man. He's got the Cypher videos. His last video hit over 1 million views.
Yes, sir.
And that's impressive.
He's getting y'all out there.
That's
he's
impressive,
getting y'all exposure,
man. Over 1 million.
Support. I keep telling y'all, support.
Like I said, man, this is the still, y'all. This
Niggas
is
ducking that like child support.
Real shit, man. Thank you for coming on along, man. This is my man, Danny.
Yeah, Danny, I appreciate it. And you too, man. You too.
Kevin Toke, you appreciate it, man. You already know what it is. It's the show, the stew. Where we stay cooking up a pot of that hot shit. And we trying to do a little bit of everything, you know what I mean? If y'all want to get on the show, make sure y'all hit me up. And we're going to get a spot for y'all. There's a lot of people lined up, so like I said before, you got to be patient with me, and you will get a spot. Just be persistent and keep contacting me. Keep hitting me up. I don't care how many times you hit me up. That's going to show me that you really want to be in the hot seat. You know, that's going to show me, you know. So I appreciate you coming out here, man. And keep doing your thing.
Keep being you.
Keep doing your thing, man, because I know sometimes it gets hard, and I know sometimes...
Push other people to do it.
Yeah, I know sometimes everybody ain't supporting the shit. You know what I mean? I know how that is, but that's when you figure out who to fuck with and who not to deal with. You know what I mean? And you gotta cipher that out. You gotta cipher them out.
I'm gonna say this: be on the lookout, because this summer's gonna be odd.
Yeah, you got plans. You got some. What you got planned for the summertime, man? You wanna let them know, or are you gonna keep it a surprise?
Little sample or something.
I got 10 artists.
10.
I got 10 artists, and
they all local?
Pushing them. They all local.
See,
I'm pushing them. I'm gonna push them, and they all got talent. You know what I mean? Like every one of them got their own style.
That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
From the street hip hop to regular hip hop to conscious hip hop to R&B.
That's what's up, man.
We setting up with DJ Chris Styles. They do our first 2-day event up in Cleveland.
I know there's gonna be a lot of people that want to contact you too, man. Let them know where they can find you at.
Toke717. Facebook, Toke717. I'm Toke717. Everything, everywhere.
That's TOKE717.
Yes, baby.
You already know what the 717 stand for.
You already know.
That's Harrisburg. That's where we at. But you know what I mean? Like I said, this is the stew. Got my man right here, the co-host.
Young G, hitting them up.
Denny Sisti. Y'all can find me at Denny Sisti _BJJ. My Instagram, my Facebook, just Denny Sisti. You know, Inverted Gear, hashtag Inverted Gear. Shout out to my sponsors. Shout out to Deepwater Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. Y'all be rocking.
I appreciate it, man. That's it, y'all.
That's it, y'all.
Make sure y'all tune in, man, because we gonna get everybody on here. I thank y'all for watching. Yeah, hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe button.
Leave a comment.
If you're trying to get on here, if you're trying to perform, hit up my man Kevin. Cause he's doing it, man.
We trying to do a show with strippers and shit, nigga. Just on the phone, like, you know what I mean? I'm just letting y'all know.
Lying. He's lying.
I'm not lying. I do it myself. You know what I mean?
Let me get out the camera for this.
He said, "Hold on, I'm not in it. I'm not in that one.
I'll be the host of that show. You know what I mean?
I can't do
All right, y'all. This right here is the stew. Appreciate you watching.